Officers made their way to 18th Court where they observed a black male sitting in the driver's seat of a BMW, slumped over with a gunshot to the head.
Oh!
EMS responded to the scene when Robert White asked him if he was a homicide detective before the detective even introduced himself.
You just told on yourself, you dumb.
About when Travis picked him up.
Oh.
Robert would also ask the detective if he was being questioned about a shooting that happened in North Lauderdale. The detective would then tell Robert he was being investigated because he was driving a vehicle involved in a homicide in Lauderhill. Dre told detectives he rented the Charger to an individual he knew as AJ. Dre would also notify detectives AJ texted him stating he left his firearm in the vehicle. The text was later followed by, "Nah, I'm trying to exchange." Based on the date and time, the detective noted AJ was asking to extend the rental time shortly before the murder took place. After the murder was committed.
These exotic boys, smoking exotic ops. You ain't heard about murder boys, we got exotic glocks. Tied to pull up real fast, with a lot of shots. Bitch, I'm feeling just like Mac, I got a lot of guap.
What up, Mula gang? It's your boy Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula Mac. I'm back with another video. Y'all know how we rockin', man. Cloud stocking, man. Keep the cushion in my pocket, man. I got the wand of the thunky. I got the thunky on right here, man. I'm finna flame it up. Make sure y'all smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and tap into the rest of my channels. The links are in the description, like always. Always. And if you want to get put onto that bag, you want me to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, and stocks, make sure y'all tap into my mentorship. First link in the description. Stop playing.
Police searching for answers after a deadly shooting on a South Florida roadway.
Out 4:30, shooting on the street, gunfire
on the street,
crash in Lauderhill, and police say
they in Lauderhill.
I told him not to go. I begged him not to go. I can't do this no more. I just buried 2 grandsons. Life is but it's tough. Life is too short. He's 20 years old. That's my oldest baby.
That's probably the mama right there.
2021. It was 11:34 in the morning when Lauderhill police responded at 18th Court after reports of shots fired. When thinking of a
Lauderhill go crazy,
you might think of the suburbs or golf courses and gates meant to keep people out.
Nope.
But in the Windermere Tree Garden Apartments, it's almost as if the gates are meant to keep people in.
Pause. Listen, I have a mentorship called the Mula Membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
3 people have been shot multiple times according to investigators. They tell us that there are several shell casings in the middle of the street.
That look like
right
a
This all started at a rather large gap side of the Tree Garden apartment complex. You can still see several investigators right there as well.
Officers made their way to 18th Court where they observed a black male sitting in the driver's seat of a BMW, slumped over with a gunshot to the head. EMS responded, transporting the victim with life-threatening injuries, while officers secured the crime scene. The BMW had bullet holes in the doors, windows, and a gray LG phone would be found laying by the front passenger tire, along with a vehicle key fob. Officers noticed different caliber shell casings trailed from the 5200 block to the 5300 block of 18th Court.
Multiple shooters, that's that man, you know
a witness who saw it all go down from her window. She'd state a black vehicle was parked parallel to the white. They did in broad daylight? Multiple gunshots erupted and the black vehicle drove off. The white BMW attempted to drive, but struck a pole before coming to a stop a few doors down. Officers met with the Lauderhill Housing Authority and were able to recover surveillance footage that captured a black Dodge Charger from the scene.
And a Charger?
The apartment complex is a one-way in, one-way out. That's under 24-hour surveillance.
What?
Video would capture the suspect's vehicle plates.
But why would you do that though? Hold on, bro.
Apartment complex is a one.
So they say it's one way in, this is how you get in, and this is how you get out. So I'm guessing this whole complex is like low-key all leads back to one road. Because this would look like a dead end. So I think it all lead back to one road. I'm trying to figure out, so why the f would you slide in here knowing that? You can only get in, I'm surprised they made it out of there, really. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of hoods, bro. A lot of hoods, like, you pull in here and do some down here, all down the street. By the time you get back to the gate, niggas right here, they like, hold on, what the going on right here? You feel me? And they might be there sparking your while you leaving. And you know it's cameras out here everywhere. I don't get that one, folks.
One way in, one way out. That's under 24-hour surveillance.
24-hour surveillance.
Video would capture the suspect's vehicle plates and tag. And the next day,
you ain't take the
a
plates
license
off?
plate reader would notify officers the Dodge Charger was on Northwest 14th Street. Lauderhill officers would dispatched
y'all kept
to
using the
area,
car?
locating the vehicle, and as officers attempted to make contact, the vehicle drove off.
They know.
Coming to a stop on 16th Court, the driver ran from the scene before being located by a Broward Sheriff's Office helicopter. He was identified as 24-year-old Robert White. The passenger in the vehicle also ran, but successfully got away.
And the other nigga got away.
A detective responded to the scene when Robert White asked him if he was a homicide detective before the detective even introduced himself.
You just told on yourself, you dumb. Oh, I got locked up for getting pulled over. Are you a homicide detective? Well, thanks for telling on yourself, Jack. Why would you do that? Why would you say? I be telling niggas, bro, you, no matter what you did, you could be innocent, you could be guilty, you could not know what the going on. It don't matter. Go in there and don't. These are the police. They not your friends. That's your cousin, your homie, auntie, uncle. None of that, folks. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see me winning. Oh, for them. They want to lock you up. Y'all tweaking.
The black Charger was sealed with evidence tape and towed to the police department while Robert was arrested for reckless driving, resisting, and marijuana.
Yeah, see, they ain't arrested for
Robert
body
White
yet.
would sit down for an interview and agree to speak with the detective. He'd say it wasn't him who was driving when officers gave chase, it was his friend Travis. Robert would then make multiple contradictory statements about when Travis picked him up. Robert would also ask the detective if he was being questioned about a shooting that happened in North Lauderdale. The detective would then tell Robert he was being investigated because he was driving a vehicle involved in a homicide in Lauderhill. He denied knowing anything about it and say he only found out about the shooting through the news and social media.
So I only found out about the shooting, but it just so happened I'm in the same car they did the shooting out of. And I came in here and asked you about the shooting as soon as I got caught. Jack, you stupid.
The interview would end before 4 a.m. on December 23rd. And 6 hours later, 20-year-old Nashawn Brown, the man found inside of the white BMW,
passed away.
Was pronounced dead.
Yep.
Detectives would meet with Kiera August, a then 23-year-old woman
she
with
looked toe
decent
up.
Criminal history,
Bro.
who advised she's the registered owner of the black Charger.
Okay.
She'd state she rents the car out through Instagram and Turo, while her business partner Dre handles the transactions. She'd provide officers with Dre's number, and within the hour, detectives met with Dre. DeAndre Fleury Demond, or Dre, told detectives he rented the Charger to an individual he knew as AJ. AJ contacted him through Instagram, but Dre would tell detectives he can't remember AJ's Instagram name because he gets so many messages. But he was able to remember. AJ returned the Charger at 1 p.m. on December 22nd, an hour and a half after the murder.
An hour later.
Dre would then tell the detective AJ was currently renting a white Kia Soul and was scheduled to return it in a few hours. Officers were able to look at the Kia 1 hour before it was supposed to be returned, finding 19-year-old Aaron Polk, aka AJ, in the driver's seat, and 18-year-old Isaiah Sumter. Isaiah would be more commonly known as Broward rapper Color Money Red.
I never heard of bro.
At this point, neither one of them did anything, and detectives advised them to take all of their belongings out of the vehicle before leaving.
Right.
Once gone, Dre came to collect the rental and told detectives they can remove any evidence from the vehicle. Officers would find a 9mm handgun inside a sneaker in the driver's footrest area. Dre would also notify detectives AJ texted him stating he left his firearm in the vehicle and it's registered. 3 days later, Dre once again met with detectives, providing screenshots of texts between him and AJ. Dre would say, "You never sent your payment for yesterday. Are you extending or do I need to come get the car?" AJ would reply with, "I'm extending, about to send right now." The text was later followed by, "Nah, I'm trying to exchange." Based on the date and time, the detective noted AJ was asking to extend the rental time shortly before the murder took place. After the murder was committed, he wanted to exchange the vehicle for another.
Right. So he said he wanted to extend the rental. He used the car to do the murder, and then texted him again and said he wanted to exchange the car. My whole thing is, gang, this is why I be saying, like, if you gonna be in the streets, bro, you gotta be a little smarter than the average Joe. You gotta be smarter than the 5th grader. You get what I'm saying? Because why the f would you rent a car, dumb? Okay, if I rent a car in my name, right? I did it me, not like my homie, cousin, friends, little sister, mama. No, nigga, me. I rent the car and I do the murder in the car. The first thing I'm thinking about is dumb. They got records of who rented the car, you stupid mother. Like, why would you do that? Then after you after you commit the murder, you don't go home and act like it's a regular day. You text him and say you want to exchange the car. Well, thanks for telling on yourself, bro.
AJ sent Dre a location to exchange vehicles at the Ultimate Car Wash on Federal Highway. Detectives would make their way to the car wash, recovering surveillance video from after the murder. AJ can be seen exiting the driver door, Red exited the rear driver door, and a third man identified as Devin Howard exited the front passenger. Devin will be more commonly known as Broward rapper Shift 1. All three men can be seen on surveillance removing the tint off the windows of the rented black Charger. A black male would walk up to them while speaking on his cell phone.
Oh, so they tinted it and they took the tints off.
They were both laughing, and Shift 1 made a slumping over gesture with his body 2 times. As detectives watched the video, they noted how the murder victim Nashawn Brown was left slumped over in the BMW, and it appeared Shift 1 was mocking his death.
Yeah, he was mocking his death.
They watched the outside and inside of the vehicle before Shift 1 got into the unidentified man's Mercedes, while AJ and Red back into the Charger before driving off. AJ and Red would drive to Dania Beach to meet Dre on the 3rd floor of a parking garage. They'd then make the vehicle exchange.
So they swapped
on January
cars.
5th, 2022, the detective would piece together the information from his investigation. The motive for the homicide was issues between 2 separate gangs. The victim was affiliated with Snap Ave. Snap Ave being based around 74th Ave in North Lauderdale. Snap Ave are documented rivals with ZMF or Zoe Mafia family, but specifically the Zoes affiliated with Sniper Gang.
Right.
Made famous by Kodak Black, Sniper Gang is based within the Golden Acres projects in Pompano. AJ,
the crazy part about this is all this shit is low key to stuff. Like, this not Miami. Like, I lived in Miami for like almost a year now, and I know the city. This not Miami. This is like Fort Lauderdale, like Broward. This is Broward. This is the crazy Broward. Broward, it go to down in Broward County. Don't get that up. You hear me? But it's not the city though. I don't know, from what it be seeming like to me nowadays. Like in Miami, it seems like the suburbs is more cracking than the city is as far as like murders and all the crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how that shit really is, but that's because they pushing all the niggas. They pushing niggas out of the city and pushing them to the suburbs because they don't want to deal with this. They want the city to be nice and they want the suburbs to be the hood. You feel me? But they want the city where all the restaurants, the beaches, the jet skis, the boats, they want that to be the nice place where everybody can come feel safe throughout the whole city.
And Red would all be identified by Broward's gang unit as members of ZMF, but they weren't from Pompano. They were from Lauderhill, claimed LKB or Lauder Kill Babies, and KTB or Cutthroat Business. The victim, who was known by Fetty, has had numerous negative interactions with all 3 men on Instagram.
See?
Detectives would bring Dre back to the office as he was now a regular in the interview room, and Dre would identify AJ by photo as the driver of the black Charger before identifying Red as the passenger. A search warrant would be signed for AJ's Instagram, and detectives would find a video of AJ and Red sitting in a car reacting to a video of the victim's crashed BMW. Another video posted by AJ would show AJ walking on 18th Court where the murder happened, saying, "This where I became famous." He'd continue on by showing the crime scene, saying, "That's the street I was on. That right there dangerous." AJ would react to a picture of Fetty sitting on a vehicle, saying, "Don't come over here taking pictures like this here, because that's when be happening."
Y'all
even
stupid as
trying to post up on me like it's cool for Instagram.
Slow as
That's why you're where you're at. This ain't safe.
Alright, why do y'all think because you saying this on Instagram that the police can't see it? Why do you think that? Why do you think we would just talk to your ops? Like, why do you think that even if y'all didn't do that, the police are gonna come talk to y'all first before anything else? They're gonna come talk to the ops, the nigga who's threatening him on Instagram. Y'all are y'all slow or something? Yes, the answer
Switching
is yes.
from the picture of Fetty to the video of his crashed BMW, AJ says, "I made his famous, put him on the news. F the cops. These crackers mad because I can do right here freely and don't get in trouble." AJ would replay the video of the crashed car laughing, saying, "You is mad. You mad because that dead and he can't come back on this street and take a picture no more." AJ would switch back to the picture of the victim, saying, "You want to come over
and they
here
got
and
all
play
this
me?
all
You
like.
don't even know who I am. Don't be funny no more when I got the gun." A cell phone warrant would reveal AJ's phone was in the
all
area
to prove a
of the
point
murder
to another
when
nigga.
it happened, and
Sweet as
inside
hell,
the Dodge Charger after. His phone's GPS coordinates would be tracked from the murder scene
And
all the way to the car wash, and finally to where the car was returned to Dre.
And your dumb slid with your phone in your car? You slid with your phone. Come on, gang. What Rollo say? If you gotta remind that nigga to leave his phone and he ain't supposed to slide. Y'all is really slow as Let's again, I'm gonna say again, the streets is for smart people. Point blank period. If you are stupid, these why I say it's a difference between crash outs and street niggas. These are just crash outs, bro. You rented a car in your name. You didn't even get a fake ID or nothing. You rented a car in your name to go do a drill. Then went to a public car wash on camera, made fun of the nigga on camera, then talked about it on Instagram, all with your phone on you. Like, gang.
A cell phone search would be conducted on the victim's phone. Leading up to his death, he was texting an email woodsmacker@gmail.com. The email would say he was at 18th Court, and the victim would reply saying he's beefing with them boys from Lauderhill. A short time later, the victim would write, "Cuh, I don't see you," implying he was on 18th Court. Detectives would find out the email belonged to a man named Woodley Astride. Detectives met with Woodley at his probation office where they conducted an interview. Woodley said he knew the victim because they were cellmates, and he confirmed he was speaking with the victim before he was killed because the victim was going to give him a ride to probation. Woodley would sit inside the vehicle with the victim for roughly 10 minutes when the victim said he had something to do. Woodley went back inside his apartment and gunfire erupted. Woodley would deny seeing the shooting or knowing any details as to why it happened. Well, it appears all this information was known to detectives within months of the murder in 2021. The case would go quiet until April 24th of 2024. Devin Howard, aka Shift 1, was already in jail on unrelated charges when charged with capital murder. Isaiah Sumter, aka Red,
capital
was
murder,
also
nigga.
already in jail, and on April 29th, he was charged with capital murder. A lot remains unknown, like why only Shift and Red are charged when it seems like AJ did all the talking. The car was rented by AJ, the gun left in the car was said to have belonged to AJ, and AJ sent all of the text messages to
probably snitched on that.
The most incriminating thing Shift did was laughing and allegedly slumping over the car wash marking the victim's death. That alone can easily be dismantled by a lawyer.
For sure.
Shift's cell phone records would show he was at the scene of the murder and every other location.
All y'all had
after it
y'all
happened,
phones on you?
but so was AJ's, and he wasn't charged. Red would be identified by the rental guy as being in the passenger seat. That doesn't mean anything because the rental guy identified AJ as being the driver.
Right.
It was AJ who was on live looking at the video of the victim saying, "We did that," with Red in the car. Because this is a first-degree murder or capital crime, both Shift and Red may face the death penalty under Florida law.
Oh God, nigga.
Living up to the name Lauderkill, the two rappers seem to practice what they preach as
Two
they
rappers
diss
are
the
stupid.
dead and claim murders in multiple songs.
See, that it's not cool to be a crash out. Like, that nowhere near cool. It's never been cool to crash out. This is stupid. Like, gang, you did all that why? Cause the nigga took a picture somewhere and you ain't like it, nigga? Like, bro, like, what the like, gang, my gotta really step back, sit down, and just think, like, gang, you finna throw your whole life away to prove a point? Like, bro, like,
only standing at 4, Red is rumored to be the deadliest of the group, with his own songs and Reddit rats allegedly connecting him to a few bodies in Broward County. Both Red and Shift 1 can even be seen in Tommy G's documentary, Inside the Dangerous Hood of Lauderhill.
Oh yeah, they was in that. I seen that one. I reacted to that.
Cricks is one of the rising stars coming out of Broward County, directly under Kodak Black.
Yeah.
And at one point in the video, Tommy G can be seen throwing Z's up next to Lauderhill's shortest but biggest stepper, allegedly. Only time will tell how this case will play out, why AJ remains uncharged, and if Shift and Red killed.
He might be in that snitching shit. He might be in that snitching. It's very possible for him to be in that snitching. If he, cause I don't understand why he wouldn't be the target. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why he would be the one that they going after for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you the one that was talking, you the one who rented the car, you the one whose gun was in the car, you admitted your gun was in the car, you the one making fun of niggas, you the one on Instagram. So he might be giving they some information. And they being a little lenient on them. I don't know. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put snitching on nobody's name. I'm just telling you what may be. I don't know, folks. But I know one thing. All y'all is stupid.